Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody gather round. Today, we introduce two players whom are at the top of the Age Mythology universe right now. In the left-hand corner of the map, off the back of... in the left-hand corner of the map, we've got ourselves Icefox from the DoD clan, also known as Firefox. And it has since come to my attention that I swear I didn't know this. This guy is a old expert. I swear I didn't know. I don't know why I didn't know. Maybe I did know. Maybe I didn't know. I don't know. My brain has a very large portion of Age Mythology history missing from it. And this guy here, he played with Magyar, one of the few to take games off of Magyar. And he played all throughout like 2013 to 2015, 16 at the top level as well. And all around just a really, really strong player. So this guy is he's an old head. He is very, very strong. On the right-hand corner of the map, in the red color, playing as Poseidon, off the back of a second place finish in an S-tier tournament, which is an incredible result. Anyone who says differently is incorrect. His name is the Rapple, and yes, he is indeed playing Poseidon. We've got ourselves a fantastic game for you here on the map Yellow River. But before we go any further, I would like to make special mention of two things coming up this week. First thing, Friday, 1400 GMT. Be there or be square is the name of the event. No, it's not. It's a show match. It's Kavoth versus Matador. This one's going to be hosted by Husk Soup. I will be in the casting couch, whispering sweet nothings into Soup's ears as we both watch that one. So definitely tune into his Twitch channel. He will be streaming live on Twitch. And then I assume he'll be putting it up on YouTube as well later for the YouTube audience and all that other stuff. So I'll leave a link in the description box below for that one. Second bit of news is on Sunday, we will be seeing Soup playing versus Matador. So we got two show matches, both with Matador. He's going to be very, very busy here. Soup will get to study up on what Matador's doing, which is exciting. But yeah, we've got two games coming. Sunday, it's at 1400 GMT, Matador versus Soup as well. That one's going to be on my Twitch channel. I will be simulcasting over to YouTube as well, so you guys on YouTube can watch it too. But yeah, this is going to be some fun here. So let's take a little look-see at the relics. On the bottom here, we've got the Hermes' winged sandals, going to be giving the hero movement speed plus 5%. On the top side of the map, there is Tyr Fing Angantyr's sword, which is going to be lifesteal from units plus 10%. Over here, we've got Tail of Cerberus, which is minus 25% of base for the special attack. On the top side of the map, we have Tex of Imhotep, which is build time minus 10% there for the buildings. So yes, some fun stuff here, and we are actually going to be seeing a very, very rare occurrence here. We've got Ares for both players. Do you guys remember that song? Ares coming through for Matrius. No? Just me? Someone made a meme of that at some point. If someone can find that, I think it's on Instagram somewhere, buried. Somewhere. Link it to me again, because it was hilarious. Anyways, onwards and upwards. Pegasus out for Firefox, as the Rapple here has reached the second age, and he's going to be going for whatever is to come next. Grabs his first little relic. Hermes' winged sandals is such a big relic for Greek. You get this 4.5 speed hero with Theseus, but more importantly, is he going for it? No, he's not grabbing it. More importantly, you get out Atalanta, moving at breakneck speeds. And with that, allows you to get in, get damage, get out. Very, 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 very strong. Actually, I really want to know what speed she goes up to. Hang on, does it say here? 5.9. Yeah, 5.9 speed with that Hermes' winged sandals. So none of the Hades classical age units can catch that. In fact, the only unit that can catch it is the Prodromus, right? Is that the only one that that Hades can catch? 5.9 speed Atalanta? This guy's 5.3. Is it just the Prodromus? Hippias is 5.5. Anyways, super quick, super strong, but we aren't seeing Rappel using it. He's going to be going for the town center. Not the best of town centers in terms of stuff that's nearby. This town center is a little... No, that one's bad as well. Actually, both the town centers are just kind of garbo. But nonetheless, Rappel gets his town center up first, moves over to grab the granary next. We are going to be seeing Firefox here finishing up with his town center on this side. And at the end of the day, this is always what I find the most interesting is because Firefox does this build, which gets him a little bit of extra economy early on with Vaults of Erebus. And we bring this up all the time when Hades players play because it's kind of the most interesting thing to talk about during the start of the game. But take a look at what Rappel's managed to get out. The villager differential here is 2.5. So while Firefox... Actually, it's closer to 3 than 2.5. While Firefox has got gold income coming through. Don't get me wrong, gold income coming through is great. The advantage is not really there. It's basically equal here in terms of income. The only thing is that Firefox has had this advantage for 2 minutes or so. So technically speaking, Firefox is in front after he pays off the Vaults of Erebus tech, which is 200 wood, 15 favor. And in actual fact, I don't actually think you pay it off either. I think it's equal here. I think that basically everything here, even though the score is a little different, this is literally an equal game in terms of income, which is absolutely wild. How well thought out this costing on this Vaults of Erebus. It could be absolutely just pure chance that it ended up working like this, but the costing of this technology is just on point. Nonetheless, we see Will of Kronos coming in. Ajax is out, looking for a little something. We see the walls coming up all over the place. There's Rappel going to be wandering forward here, looking for a little something. Poking his head in. And we do already have the Elder Cyclops in for Firefox. He says, excuse you, I want Super Cyclops. And then Rappel goes, oh, if you're going to get Super Cyclops, why don't I get Super Cyclops? Everybody gets Super Cyclops. You and you and you. So what does this actually bring? Well, this is the thing. This is the thing that everyone's talking about right now. Well, not everyone. All the top players. Are the Cyclops too strong? What you get with Will of Kronos is you get area of effect damage on your auto attack, which, to put it into perspective, means that the Cyclops here, based on how many units around him, is getting X 100%, X 200% bonus damage, 300% bonus damage, 500% bonus damage, depending on how many units surround this guy. And there can be upwards of 8 units, maybe more, surrounding the Cyclops, which means 8x damage. It's an insane amount of damage that he gets with that tech. Not to mention that also the throw also gets a little bit of extra shenanigans. Now, I'm not going to tell you my opinion on it. I want to hear what you guys think. Is this we'll after this game, after you see what you see here? I don't know if it's going to have any impact or not, but I'm very, very interested in how this game is going to turn out. In my experience, the best way to sort of deal with the like anyone going for Cyclops shenanigans is to try and get yourself to the heroic age nice and fast, and if you can, also get yourself to the mythic age nice and fast. Because if you get access to that mythic age hero, then all of a sudden you've actually got yourself a really, really nice counter to any sort of myth unit spamming classical age, heroic age shenanigans. Now we will see the Elder Cyclops coming through, and it is Aphrodite here for Rappel. I like this. This is really smart from Rappel because yes, he could go for bronze. Dionysus is good. Obviously, right now, maybe you guys aren't super aware, there is unfortunately a bug associated with bronze where if you use it on your opponent's units, they're also bronze. However, you can still use it on your own units and then run in an attack. It just means your bronze is going to have a little bit less ferocity, so to speak. But nonetheless, what I like here from Rappel is this Aphrodite and then grabbing this tech as soon as humanly possible. Golden apples. And then all of a sudden, the 6 villagers on favor are working overtime. And he's going to be grabbing that golden apples. You're going to be able to have yourself so many myth units here. And thank you so much to the raiding party there, May Shadowfax. GG. I hope your stream went well. They're going to be so obscenely strong here because he's going to be able to pump out units. Now, all that being said, Hades does have, simply put, stronger Cyclops than Poseidon. Poseidon's speedier at 3.8 speed, but the Hades is 720 HP versus 810 HP in the heroic age. They get bonus HP as they advance. So there is a slight advantage there. However, there is also an advantage for Rappel if he gets to the Mythic Age. Polyphemus is a Cyclops. I don't care. He doesn't care about this. Like, he comes in, runs over everything, queues up for a home run, and then just whacks the Cyclops in the face, and they feel pain. But nonetheless, Cyclops coming through. We will be seeing an underworld passage getting dropped down onto this position here, and I imagine Pestilence to get dropped down, as well as Rappel needs to get over here and attempt to defend this. This timing hitting very, very hard as the curse gets dropped down. Does manage to hit one of those Cyclops here, as the Peltar is going to be darting in, darting out of the fortress here. Pestilence gets dropped down into the main base here of Firefox, and now Firefox won't be able to reinforce either, as all of this right now is up to how well these Cyclops can actually get this damage done. But one Cyclops on the back, almost going down. The Achilles over here, going to be getting some significant damage. Wait, hang on. Does this not... The fortress wasn't hit here? How? I don't even understand. Someone explain it to me, because I don't know. It looks like the Cyclops have all been dealt with. So there goes my theory about Cyclops being insane. They did some damage, but they did get dealt with. But at the moment, Firefox with a hefty advantage moving forward here. More Peltas coming through for the Rappel. The game continues on, but 0 gold income for the time being. Could move over onto this gold mine at the moment. As Theseus goes down. Ajax sniping down a villager over here as well. But the attack from Firefox seemingly has drawn to a close here. The game will continue along, but Firefox has got a huge advantage right now. He can go 3 town center. He can go 4 town center. He could go Mythic Age way faster than the Rappel. The Rappel right now, 2,000 wood in the bank because he hasn't been able to get himself any gold income. And a huge amount of villagers actually idle. I love this here from Firefox as well, wedging his Peltast and Toxotes underneath the fortress, and the villagers could not garrison there. As where to next for Rappel? He's going to have to pull some magic out of that hat of his. Potentially a Petropolis or something might not be a terrible idea, as the Peltast coming over, sniping a Deuterino, retreating back, trying to get little bits of chip damage in. He's getting another Cyclops out to help out. Meanwhile, on the other side, Firefox is going for Nemean Lions. As now the Petropolis is out. There's no units here to actually kill off the Petropolis easily, except for that one Achilles at 4 HP. And Rappel sees that, shanks down, and the Petropolis is going to be able to finish off the Underworld, as Firefox will have to retreat out. Damage done, though. Damage received. Town center grabbed as the advantage, which will take some time to pay off, but technically speaking, he can get this and is perfectly fine to continue. However, you do have to be very, very aware of what this means. It means while you're not behind on military, you can see it's equal. You don't have any advantage in this town center until the villagers actually start coming out. So there's that. Rappel, on the other hand, is going to say, I'm going to go to Hephaestus here, which gives him a timing to some degree. So while Firefox is in front on the town center, depending on what Firefox's next decisions are will be very, very critical here, because Rappel just says, get me to Hephaestus, get me to full iron, get me to a whole bunch of units, and I'll push out. All Firefox needs to do is get his own upgrades in and then hold the center, and he should be fine, because he's going to have over a 12 villager advantage. If he drops a market and starts trading as well, it's not a bad idea either. It's an easy way to sort of counter, quote unquote, a plenty vault, is to drop a market, get yourself 12 caravans out, and then you've kind of dealt with the fact they've got a plenty vault. And if you grab the central town center as well, you get extra population, you're going to be okay. And beyond all that, if you stay in the heroic gauge, pump out all those armory upgrades. Iron upgrades versus 100, well, would it be a 210 population versus like a 235 pop, or in this case would be like a 270 population army of bronze. That bronze army is going to beat that iron army most of the time. Meanwhile, over onto this side, Rappel gets himself the fortress up. And he literally just has to sit here. He's committed to this sort of decision as well. Like, he says, I'm going Mythic. I'm going to get my upgrades. So realistically, the timing here, if you take a look at how long it takes to actually get these upgrades, it's 30 seconds, where they research twice as fast from memory. 30, 40, and 50 seconds, right? Hang on, let me just double check. Yeah. And I think they research twice as fast. So 15, 20, 25 seconds. So in a minute after he hits the Mythic age, he will have all of his upgrades. There you go. Earthquake might not be the best idea against... I don't think so. I don't think it's useless. But anyways, it might not be the best idea, but the reason why Artemis is a good idea is because you get Shafts of the Plague. People have forgotten about Shafts of the Plague for some reason. This thing gives you the advantage in a fight, which is what matters. So getting yourself that Shafts of the Plague over going for this Hephaestus and just having like more economy. Doesn't matter if you got more economy if you can't win the fights, because you're losing more stuff than your opponent is. And nonetheless, Rappel pushed back, gets himself his Forge of Olympus here. He hasn't dropped his Plenty Vault just yet. He must have forgotten, but trying to get his units out. We'll be getting himself that Polyphemus here. And we do actually see Artemis coming in, which, surprise, surprise. Maybe I would go Artemis here, but bronze mail, bronze shields also very, very important as Firefox charges in here. The Polyphemus is in, and look at this. He's not actually attacking the Cyclops just yet. He needs to get onto them because they will take some big damage. Now got Cyclops on Cyclops action here, as those will end up getting taken down. And Firefox here has to retreat back out. But he's just not, he doesn't have the town center up. He doesn't have fortified town centers. He hasn't got himself to that full population. Like I said, was probably the right call here. And now he's given Rappel a little bit of life in this game. Rappel's still kind of behind, but he's given Rappel some life in this game, as we see a whole bunch of Metropoli now out. Artemis is starting to come through. As the Cyclops goes down. And Artemis is now clicked through. Given the situation now, he's getting upgrades still. He has started a trade route. He's actually getting those trade caravans in. So this is fine. He's going to be able to keep himself in front. But he does need to make sure he gets fortified town centers or get this middle town center and get the full pop and have full bronze and get himself champion to keep himself somewhat in front. Rappel still hasn't dropped his Plenty Vault though. So advantage Firefox for the time being. Sometimes you forget, man. Even the top players forget stuff, you know. Forget to train a villager here or there. No worries. It's fine. As these Peltast, this army is looking terrifying at full iron. Like, it's an equal military pop at the moment. So this is the problem. This is what I'm talking about. Firefox needs population here. He can't actually take this fight because he's just got worse units at the moment than Rappel does. He charges in to take the fight in the center of the map. Will he be able to micro it is the big question. Toxody's getting some good damage done onto the back. The Peltas going after each other. Lots and lots of overkill. However, Rappel with a nice little move with these Peltas running forward here, trying to micro two separate groups of Peltas to not have that overkill as much. Rappel's got some of the best control, the best like focus fire micro in the game at the moment. As we see the Zom coming down over here, trying to stop the town center from coming up. Is he going to be able to do it? 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3. He's not actually attacking the villages. The town center gets up here. One Petropolis is out, so that's going to be able to get some damage in, but these villages are going to be going down here. Mythic Age now in for Firefox. He's probably kicking himself now after everything that's happened for going through Artemis, but he does still have one ace up his sleeve, which is Shafts of the Plague. 1.5 divine damage over 6 seconds could be the difference maker here. That's an earthquake into the main base, hitting everything. Will the town center fall? A whole bunch of buildings will go down, giving a huge amount of militia over to the Rappel. And I mean, do I care? If I'm Rappel, I'm doing this. He's got himself Champion Spear of Phobos. Is that what it's called? Am I wrong? Phobos' Spear? Phobos' Spear of Panic. Militia here. These things hit so absurdly hard. I mean, what upgrades did he have? He's got himself none? How didn't that kill the town center? I'm a little bit surprised there. I expected that to go down. Nonetheless, another Zom to come through. These militia will melt to the Chimera, though. More Chimera coming through would not be a terrible idea. The heroes at the moment are a little bit lackluster for the Rappel, as the Toxody's on the back going to town on that front line. The Peltast here still very much alive, as now the population has dropped for the Rappel. He's got plenty of units in queue, but the Earthquake here hurting on that production here. You can see 5 and 4. Those are getting rebuilt back up or have just been... Nope, still hasn't rebuilt them up. So infrastructure-wise, Rappel did get a little bit of pain there. As Firefox on the retreat path, trying to deal with those Peltasts here. He does have a handful for himself. But do we see fortified town centers coming through? He does not have the resources for it just yet. On the other hand, it's looking like Rappel's economy is absolutely fine. Let's see how this is going right now. Oops. He's got 13 donkey caravans. So economically speaking, have to give the advantage over to Firefox in this moment. However, he is missing a couple of armory upgrades, which Rappel isn't. So taking these fights and continuing to take these fights, is it going to be worth it? We'll have to wait and see. Peltas now going to be starting to target down the Toxodes as he pulls back. One Heliopolis sitting in the center here. As the Peltas retreating back. Rappel thinking, maybe I'll take the center, town center here. As Polyphemus is out. Actually, one thing you have to remember is this Shafts of the Plague, it might actually be necessary because Polyphemus is such a beast of a tank. With the extra bonus damage coming through from those Toxodes, ends up really making a difference. Especially when he's got 63% pierce armor. Like, just base stats, right? It doesn't tell me what else, but it's got 1167 pierce armor at base, but he's at 1015 here, so I don't actually think that's right. Why is it like that? Maybe that's before you apply the extra percent upgrades from classical, heroic, and mythic. Take dot damage over iron upgrades. I agree. Anyways, town center going over to the Rappel. Firefox still has this position. Well, he doesn't really have this position under control now. He could delete Ajax, pop him out, and try and kill off the Heliopolis here, as we see. Is this a second plenty? Oh, wait. I go out and say, is this a second Plenty Vault? Answer, no. This is the first Plenty Vault. After 160 seconds, we might see a second Plenty Vault. As the dot damage coming in, Polyphemus does melt here. Look at him still losing HP. Is he going to die? No, he slows down. Almost dead. And almost dead. One more shot and down. Wonder if some like Hippias, I mean, getting up to champion Hippias is the problem here, right? But I wonder if some Hippias wouldn't be a terrible idea to mix in. We do have a, oh, we've got ourselves the Gastrophetes. Gastrophotorus coming in as well to assist, as onto the right side we see a big technology coming through now for the Rapple. Advanced fortifications. Elder Cyclops, this could be the way to go for Firefox in a big way here. Making some Cyclops in to deal with this. He charges forward with the Cyclops. Picking up one. Trying to send. Not going to be able to quite hit them. He shoots, he scores. No. A couple of Chimera. For sure, Chimera here as well wouldn't be a terrible idea. He's got a lot of gold in the bank. Can buy that out and come through and just absolutely erase that backline of Peltas there. With a problem... I know. I think Firefox, he should be fine for economy, but he's just losing units so quickly. He is missing bronze armor, or bronze mail, but there's really not that many hoplites here. And Firefox is he just keeps on taking these losing fights. And Rapple can kind of just keep pushing forward here and taking more of the map, grabbing this town center. We see one. Oops, Sentinel. Sentinel. If he wants to attack this one, he's going to get hit by this one, right? No? No? Okay, I'm wrong. Losing another one, though. That's what else can Firefox do, is now we do see the Titan Gate coming in. And it isn't looking all too great for Firefox in this moment. Dropping down a house on the left-hand corner. And yeah, he says, time to throw in the towel there. As Rapple does manage to find his way to the finish line here in this game. A really, really nice start from Firefox. I did actually like the line that he took, but he had to commit to it. He absolutely had to commit to it. And committing to it means if you're not going to be going for the Mythic Age after you take that advantage there. Is this a village center? It is. If you're not going to be taking the advantage by going to the Mythic Age after you take that win in the Heroic Age, you're probably best off going 4 town centers, massing an entire army, full bronze, and starting the trade route. That way, your opponent, he's going to sit back, and also like preventing this from going up, right? You don't have to push into the main base. You just kind of strangle him. At 270 pop, which is what you get from 4 town centers fortified, a 210 population army just simply can't beat that. Full bronze, full heavy versus full champion, full iron. It's just not going to win. So you don't need to leave the Heroic Age there, in my opinion. And you can lock this off, grab this position, grab all the gold, and he would have been probably winning. But nonetheless, the Rapple, he gets away with it, finds his way back into this game, and gets the dub. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you hit the follow button. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.